All right, now we're at the lathe. My thought process is I take the HA3, HA4 bottom, I take this machine piece bar stock that I have sitting around, and I machine it to get it in here so I can put my notching in here to fit for the HA6 bottom knuckle. So we're gonna get machining. I got my 1/2 inch mark machined out, 1/2 inch in for my press fit. So now we're just gonna get it machined down to the correct size that I need it to be. Now for the somewhat sketchy part, I'm going to take an angle grinder to give myself a bit of a radius, just to help taper it in for the press fit. And it should be good. Got our pieces machined, ready for press fit. Everything cleaned up so I can weld to them properly. Hit them with some acetone real quick. We're gonna go over to my shop right now. We're gonna get those welded up. All right, time to take a little stroll back over to my shop. Air on.
Now we're gonna start our press fit. Perfect. Press fit number 2. I may have had a less tolerance on this one than I did the other one. That was a little less violent, but we got both hard pieces press fit. Now we're gonna weld. All right, we're gonna crank this bitch up all the way max. We're gonna be melting that bar stock into my upper with the press fit. That shouldn't be coming apart.
All right.
The OD of the strut that we're trying to replicate is 43 mil. Slips in that knuckle there. I'm gonna get the pieces machined like this to 43.8, just so I have a little bit of slop to make sure it goes in there to take into account powder coat and all of that.
Time to get this lower portion machined so I can get it fit in my knuckle. Gotta change gear.
Got my piece chucked up in the vise. Ready to start milling. Just gonna touch off. Alright, we've touched off. Gonna bring this down. 30K. A little slipped, but gonna be milling. Just gonna be running it through here to make our cross notch. Run it back through. Gonna drop it down to tats. We're gonna go down another 10th out. And you get my CNC mill going again. Will definitely be easier than running it on the old manual one, but this is what I got. So now I'm just gonna do a step over because I'm using a 3/8 ball mill. Step over to take into account that 20th hour or so that's off because it's an M10 bolt, and we're gonna get both of these milled out right now. Fits in the lower knuckle, cross notch goes through, perfect. We're gonna get a coat of paint on this to get it a little prettier, and then we're gonna do our camber plates. Got a coat of paint on these, got them looking right. We're gonna go make some camber plates now. All right, we got pressure. Time to start water jetting. Well, I forgot to put it on auto, so I'll get back. All right, let's give that another go. Now we're good. We got a first set of camber plates cut out. It's not next to second right now. Doing these just to figure out my initial adjustment so I can figure out where to place them later so I can do a camber plate sunken counter stuff. God, that was a big number. I'm sorry. But these ones take way too long to cut out versus what I'll be doing. But we're getting there. It's a quarter afternoon. I've been up since 5. I got to the shop at 6:15 today. I am tired. I need another energy drink. I will have this truck lowered, wheels, tires, coilovers. Hopefully the rear spring's manipulated so I can get it lowered and send it how I want to by 5. I got a date night to go to tonight, so I need to make sure I'm out of here so I don't make my girlfriend mad. I think I can do it. I have, by the time this is done, I'll have maybe 3.5 hours. I think I can do it.
Got my 3 test sets cut out. I'm gonna go get these in the muriatic acid and ground and tapped, and I will get back to you.
I haven't rushed like this in I don't know how long. We're gonna get our camber plates in the acid to get that scale off so they're nice and clean. And then while this muriatic acid is doing its thing, I'm going to head over to the hardware store. And I have a 3/8 tap around here somewhere. I don't know where it's at. I would rather just buy a new one so I can get these camber plates tapped. And I will be getting my countersunk screws for the camber adjustment while I'm there. And yeah, so we're gonna get these in the acid right now. My sweet Homer bucket. And that should be done by the time I'm back. I'll dip it in the base. They should be nice and clean for me to work with. And we're going to the hardware store right now. Got my notes on my hands, time to hit the hardware store.
I got my tap and die, and on the drill press, I'm gonna get these holes drilled out, and then I'm gonna get these ones countersunk.
Time to get these tapped.
So I totally forgot I was recording, but I got my camber plates done with everything slotted so I can have it be flush up top with the strut housing. And I'm gonna go just confirm fitment with these real quick, and then I'm gonna get them tapped and cleaned up and painted so I can put them on the coilovers. Got a plate all cleaned up. I'm gonna get it tapped, then painted, and we're gonna get it installed. All right, time to get this tapped. I'm gonna get some tap fluid on here. On all 3 holes. Oh, nuts. That was not holding like I thought it would, and oh my god, this is not going well. But I'm gonna get these tapped. We'll figure that out later, who cares? I'm gonna get the set screw in there, not worried about it. I wanna get this going. Did the drill just die? Man. Back it up. Didn't put enough fluid on that one. Whatever. It's tapped. I just need to keep on going. I'm on a time limit. Crunch. First and foremost, so I don't feel like an idiot again, I'm gonna get that set screw tightened. A little precision screwdriver. So that's not gonna slip out. There you go. Now I won't look like an idiot. And then, since we're back here, right before I'm about painting the camber plate, I'm just gonna hit this with the orbital sander real quick, just get the burrs off from where I tapped it. I bent up this little piece of welding wire so I could start painting it. And yes, I know, spray paint, ew, and I'm overcoating it. I just want this done. Like I said, I'm on a time crunch. I'll go through, next set I do, I'll be powder coating it. Let's get the insides there. All right, well, that's gonna be a drippy mess, or not. Should be okay, possibly. I'm gonna get that other one sprayed. Next one I do, I'll powder coat. Yeah, that is gonna be a drippy mess. Oh well, it'll dry, it'll be okay. I just want this on and going so I can start doing testing for the prototypes. So we're almost at the finish line. Since I'm not the biggest fan of watching paint dry, I'm gonna start assembling coilovers. So we're gonna take our nice bottom piece that I machined earlier. We're gonna get this threaded on so I can get the truck lowered. Alright, I'll save you the boredom. I haven't touched any compression or done any of that yet, but this is definitely working out how I wanted it to. I am super excited to get these on today. I got my studs in while it's still drying without touching it so I didn't leave nasty fingerprints. So I'm gonna get this one out here to dry. Now I'm gonna go paint the other one, get that one out here to dry, hit it with the heat gun, and then both should be done so I can get them on this bad boy. Prototype camber plates. Got these in. Now we're gonna get them on these bad boys. Using these are little camber plate screws for adjustment, and I'm gonna get those put on right now. So it was a long day. As you can see, the sun is now kind of sort of going down. It's not as bright, but they're done. I only have one. The other one's inside. Super excited with how they came out. I think they look really nice, minus the notches here because I pieced some stuff together, but they came out great, especially for a first prototype. I am super excited about these. When I start doing production, I'll powder coat everything. I'll make sure it's all pristine. Yeah, tomorrow I'm gonna get these on the truck. Ignore that. Tomorrow I'm gonna get these on the truck. I'm gonna get it lowered. I'm gonna do the rear. This video will probably just be me making them, but I'm super excited to get these on and start seeing how this truck's gonna ride.